muscles where it's got to be.
What kind of keel is on all those boats?
Keel?
Yeah.
Centerboard, about this high.
Are you adjusting it during the race?
No, because well, we use it going downwind too, because we sail angles all the time with the asymmetric, but also by the time it's just not worth it. Because Trevor goes in, pulls the spinnaker up, and goes right back out. His weight is much more important than getting that fine-tuned. We do adjust it based on wind strength. If it gets very windy, we'll pull it up a little bit, just like Opties pull their boards up and all sorts of dinghies, so that we are less likely to want to round up, just to fix the helm. So the boat all up is it weighs the weight for the hull, it can't be less than 94 kilos. So that's about, I've had this in the past, but I don't know. Ian, you have your iPhone, convert 94 kilos.
It's like 206.
There you go. He doesn't need an iPhone. 200, it's 206 pounds, and then everything else isn't more than 50 pounds. So we are considerably more than the boat.
Do you pay particular attention to what, like, your energy drinks and your vitamins and things like that because of the drug testing now that
Yeah.
there's a list of things that...
Yeah, so we are in the drug testing pool. So I actually missed a test a few weeks ago, or a month ago, which was annoying. But I've never taken a test. Trevor took his first one recently. But you do, yeah, you got to be careful. But really, most of them, I mean, we drink Gatorade and we eat Cliff Bars, and we actually eat, a lot of times on the water, we'll eat trail mix. Like, not, because you might not want a whole bar between races, so we'll sit on the coach boat with the boat next to it, and we'll just eat trail mix and drink Gatorade. So I'm really not that concerned about it. I mean, they tell you got to be careful, because they call it 100% liability.
Yeah, you have to. I'm involved with several different amateur sports. And you're in the. I think you're in the window period that if you come up positive, you'll be banned from the Olympics.
For the Olympics.
And it can be just some obscure thing that somebody put.
I know. I have a wallet, what they call it, the wallet card, so you can read it. But yeah, exactly.
It's stuff that you don't even know.
Yeah.
Because this guy's got some new energy drink or whatever. It happens to have some obscure chemical in it.
Yeah.
It's on the list, and it's not like, oh, we didn't know.
Yeah, I know. So we do take very good care of ourselves. We eat carefully. We work with a nutritionist a couple times a year. But Gatorade, I feel pretty safe with Gatorade and nuts and berries.
What are the class rules at this level for sales, new sales? How many sets of sales do you have?
You can have as many sets of sails a year. You can only race and register, measure in one set. So one main, one jib, one spinnaker for the whole regatta.
For one regatta?
For the regatta. Oh no, you can use those. You can use the same sails for an entire quad or more, but it wouldn't be competitive.
How often do you go through sales and get new sales?
So we just raced the Miami OCR with a set of sails. There was a brand new spinnaker, and the main and jib, it was their third event. That is the most that we'll put on a main and jib. Most will be 2 events. Sometimes 3. If it's a low-level event, we might do a 4th, but very rarely. We just bought, the way we did it this year, for a few different reasons, is we kind of got our whole stock for the year at one time. That way we can kind of look at them, because there are slight variations. They're made in China. So they're not all quite exactly the same, especially the spinnakers. They'll be different by an inch or 2 in length of luff and leech. So there might not sound like a lot, but it's a lot. So we get a whole bunch of sales, we measure them, we put them on the ground, we measure them, we put them up, we take pictures of them, we measure them, do this whole thing just to find the right one. So right now we have basically one set that sailed, one regatta on them, but we basically have 5 jigs, 4 spinnakers, and 3 mains to choose from, and we'll sail. We'll kind of go through them, and that should get us at least through this year and into next year.
Discarding the bloopers, when you're in the 49er and you're in such close quarters, what is it that you're looking for in each other that makes a really optimum kind of transition from one side to the other?
I'm sorry, I'm not sure.
When you're switching sides on
like tacking and driving. So, it's so much repetition. That's part of the reason we spend so many days on the boat. But we can feel, I have to be very consistent with how I steer the boat through the turns. Because if I steer a lot slower or faster, then Trevor will either be behind the turn or ahead. And same thing, if he's running too fast and I'm not steering fast enough, we're trying to keep the boat, depending on the wind, almost level all the way through the turn. But there's basically 3 things going into that. There's heading, sail trim, and weight placement. So it takes a really long time to get all those 3 things to match perfectly every time. But what we've gotten to now is basically we're just trying to go across the boat as fast as possible. Because any time that we're not sailing full out, we're not going as fast. In some other boats, like especially keel boats, they carry momentum,
right,
up into the wind. So you're trying to turn it slowly, you're burning speed off towards the mark as you turn slowly into the wind. 49er, you turn slowly, like I said, it's not very heavy. As soon as you turn, your speed drops. I was watching the GPS tracking. They put GPSs on our boats for the medal races a lot of times and other races. And we'll lose maybe 3 knots in a second as we turn. And then it'll go up almost as quickly. So we're just trying to get through it as quickly as possible. So I'm turning as fast as I have to, as it takes me to just run across the boat. I run across the boat, and if you saw me in that first video, a lot of times I'll just hang. So we go out and I'll grab my trapeze wire, go out and just hang, make sure I'm driving the boat right, and then clip myself in. If we're going downwind, a lot of times I'll hang, keep driving the boat, and Trevor will actually reach back and clip me in. So we get pretty, we're pretty close to each other in a lot of ways. So it's just speed and agility and timing.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Any other questions?